Hey, what's up, YouTube, man? It's your boy Kimon back at it again with another video for you, baby. I know I said last week I was going to post a video every single day. I missed out on 2 days. Like I said, it was super busy. Last week was a very productive week, you know, as all of my weeks. But no, I'm just kidding. But no, it was a crazy week. Hopefully, y'all watched that recap yesterday. You get to see how I work a little bit, man. I be telling y'all, I be working, man. Your boy really be working to 4 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes no sleep type ish. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully, the few times I don't put out a video as I say I'm going to, you guys have a little bit of understanding with me. With that being said, you know, on Sundays we usually have these really nice, really mellow. What the going on? They try to turn the wrong way, but whatever. Have nothing to do with me. But yeah, Sundays I usually try my best to have these kind of real chill type conversations, whether it's about my journey and what you can learn from it, whatever the case may be. And I think this Sundays will be very, very relatable. So without holding off, let's go ahead and hop in. All right, so you know, I've been watching YouTube a lot, and I see a lot of the headlines in the news and Yahoo Finance regarding layoffs. I know it's a very sensitive topic for everybody, for most people. It's probably for everybody, man. Everybody that got a job, if you got a job, then layoffs is something that's probably very sensitive to you. You know, you wake up the next day and you don't know if you're gonna have a job or not. And you know, when I was coming up, even in that '08 crisis, you got laid off, people got severance. Maybe not have been the fattest severance package, but you got something. You know what I mean? These new layoffs, man, they different. So it is a very sensitive topic. For myself, hopefully I can tell you guys a little story and have just a conversation with you guys on how you can really navigate these layoffs. You know, kind of adjust your mindset so you can be prepared for layoffs if you get laid off. And if you've already been laid off, right, hopefully we can discuss how you can kind of navigate that world. So, you know, like I said, that's what we're talking about today. Just as a really quick note, I've never been laid off in my life. Ever. From no job. Ever. I've had places like I've quit. I've resigned from 3 positions, actually. And I think I've been fired twice. I think I've been fired once or twice. When I was younger, I was fired. Got fired. Didn't matter where I got fired from. But point is, when I was younger, I got fired like twice, I think. But I've never been laid off. Now that I have a family, I can't imagine what people with families go through, or what that mindset, you know, what their emotions is like when you get laid off with a family. I do have a family. My wife and I, we got 3 kids. And then, you know, one of my spouses from college, we have 2 children. So altogether I got like 5 kids. I got a wife, a baby mom, I got brothers, I got a mother, I got people that depend on me. And we got the people that depend on you, and you get laid off, man. I cannot imagine what that feels like. So to all you guys that have been laid off, my heart goes out to you. And yeah, keep your head up, man. People rooting for you. For the people that haven't got laid off but you're worried about it, man, I ain't never really tripping. I ain't never been worried about a job. And even when layoffs happened, whether it was when I was a single person, whether it was when I was like poor with my last relationship with those 2 kids and my old girl, or even like right now, when me and my wife had our down spots, I've never concerned myself with layoffs. And if you're in the corporate world, or if you're at any job and you're concerned about layoffs, first bit of advice I probably give you is don't be worried. You know, in the Bible would say, "My righteous one will walk by faith." And the reality is, you know, if you're doing the things you're supposed to do on a daily basis, some of the stuff we talked about in other videos, right, then, you know, you should have extreme confidence in yourself that even if you get laid off, your resume on point, you'll be able to get another job. Even if you get laid off, you got relationships can help, you know, present you with certain opportunities, even if it's just an interview. You know, this is how you should be thinking if you're not laid off, but you're worried about getting laid off. For myself personally, I never really worried about it because I always knew, hey man, I'm a fucking hard worker, and ain't nobody gonna out hustle me. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody gonna outwork me. So even when I was fucked up and super down bad, whether that be again when I was single, when I was homeless, in college, or when I was poor, with my baby mama and our two daughters. I always knew, like, bro, regardless, I'm gonna be alright. You know what I mean? Big Cap. That's my nickname, Capo. Like, Big Cap, bro, we gonna be Gucci regardless. That's a common saying. People that know me, you know what I mean? That's a common saying that I have. And people that know me, don't worry about me too much, because they know, like, Kimon, Capo, whatever they know me by, Keys, whatever. They already know I'm gonna be Gucci. Now, they just see the Gucci part. They don't see what goes into the confidence into being Gucci. And for you that have been laid off, or about to get laid off, or worried about being laid off, this is for you, right? How can you be Gucci regardless? If you have a job, if you don't have a job, regardless, how you be Gucci regardless? Well, I'll tell you what I did. You know what I mean? I saved up, and I'll tell you what I did by telling you a story. I saved up my first $5,000 legally while working part-time at this place called Groucho's. It's a sandwich shop in the Carolinas. And that, when I did that, I seen it as kind of a fluke, because I was living with my baby mama, still paying bills, but not like for real. But then the following year, like 2018, 2019, I saved up my first $10,000. And that's separate than the $5,000, because we spent the $5,000. I spent the $5,000 on a car. I bought a car, saved up a little bit more, and then we used that as our down payment when we got our house, or not our house, our apartment here in Atlanta when we moved back to Atlanta. So that shit was gone. When we came back, I couldn't get a job, so I worked at Papa John's as a fucking delivery driver. And as a Papa John's delivery driver, within a matter of maybe 8-9 months, I was able to save up 10 bands. My baby mama wasn't really working like that, because she had just had a baby, just moved back, and eventually ended up becoming pregnant again with our second baby. You know, I'll be getting it in. I don't be taking it out, unfortunately, but I do be getting it in. But it's a joke. But no, seriously. But Brett's a Papa John's delivery driver, man. The primary person feeding the family, bro. I was able to save up 10 bands. How? Working harder than everybody else. I took all the orders that nobody wanted to take. I stayed late and cleaned dishes when nobody wants to fucking close. I did that. During the day, I would take extra shifts, because nobody want to work during the day, because you're not really getting no orders like that. You might take 2 hours during that day shift. You know what I mean? 2-3 orders during the whole couple hours you're working. So nobody want to do that. I take it for you. So like everybody else calling out, I would take their shifts. And it kind of goes back to that theme of, it's easier to do the hard thing than it is to do the easy thing, because that easy thing is actually the lazy thing. You know, and by working harder, I put myself in a better position. You know, even though I wasn't getting the deliveries like that, I was getting it hourly, which wasn't much. It was like $5, $3 an hour, some shit like that. As a delivery driver, you make nothing. Same thing as waitresses. But what I knew on the back end is that if you didn't make that pay that day, then on your check, they comped you, you know what I'm saying, the difference, so you'll get minimum wage. So that leads to the second part. The first part is working harder than anybody else. The second part is strategy, right? You gotta have a nice strategy. I knew that, hey, even if I don't make minimum wage today, they're gonna pay me the minimum wage on my check. So what I would do is I automatically just put that check to the side. You know what I mean? Just had that bitch go into a separate savings, that joint savings that I had with my girl. And you know, whenever we get them bump up checks of like $200-$300, which most people say not shit, I would just sit that motherfucker to the side. Now you gotta remember, that's $200-$300 a check. So altogether a month, you're looking at maybe $600 a month just sitting on the side. You do, and you're not even noticing it, because like, it's no money, bro. Who happy about $300 check, $200 check? Nobody. I was, because I knew that over the span of time, that $200-$300 would be $600 a month, and that $600-$700 a month over the span of a year would be about $7,000, $8,000. So we got that. And then every time I would start a shift at the beginning of the week, I would set a goal. I'm like, okay, right? Setting goals is very important. It's part of the strategy. So I'm like, okay, all right, this how much money we need a month. If we need this much money a month, this how much money I need to make in tips, right? And I'm talking about the cash tips. I'm not talking about the one they give you on your card. I'm talking about the cash tips. And trust me, this is important. I'm like, okay, this how much I need to make in tips in order to pay our bills and have a little bit extra to save and yada yada, whatever the case may be. So, long story short, when it came time for my shift, I knew exactly how much money I needed to make per day. When I made above that, everything above that, guess where that went? Guess where that went to? To the stash. Or where I'm from, they call that shit shoebox money. Literally. You better ask my baby mama. Kate Meesa better tell. Anybody know me? Yeah, that doesn't matter. But yeah, put it to the shoebox money. So if the goal was to make 75 that day and I made 150, well, now we got 75 going to the shoebox for that day. If the goal was 100 and I made 200 on a Saturday night, boom, now we got an extra 100 going to the shoebox money. So now I'm able to save more money. And it's on the cash tips. When we got that payout at the end of the day, that shit I just set as extra to the side. That was our spending money. So whatever was the extra shit, most people didn't put too much money on that tip line when they write the tip. You know what I'm saying? Some people put like a penny, bro, 2 pennies, bro, like trying to be funny. I don't know what, but like, you know what I'm saying? You get like $2, $3 here or there. You know what I'm saying? Every now and then you might get like a $10, $5, $10 be lucky, boy. Sometimes I get like $20, $50. You never know. But all that shit I just set to the side to spending money. So that's what we had to spend. And that was my strategy for a year and a half. And that enabled me to save. And that's, for the most part, is how I do things, right? Now, that's how I made sure I was able to build up my savings. But how was I able to make sure I was good regardless, right? Because savings run out. While I was doing Papa John's, when I was washing the dishes, when I was working in during the day, folding up boxes, whenever I was cutting up onions, dicing tomato, whatever the case may be, dicing peppers, whatever it may be, is a guy, Ross, the day trader. I don't think that's his last name. Sorry, Ross. Cameron Ross, I think it is. Or is that the motherfucker from Avatar? This dude's name Ross. Matter of fact, he helped me change my life so much, I'm gonna look up his name. Solid guy. Ross. Because I follow him on YouTube still. He's a YouTuber. You guys get the chance, when I say this name, y'all go follow him. Ross. No, yeah, that's his name. Ross Cameron? Is that what it say? Yeah, that's his name. Ross Cameron, Warrior Trading. Yeah, so his name is Ross Cameron. Did the motherfucker from Avatar got a similar name? Doesn't matter. What I would do was watch Ross Cameron. I always tried to trade, and I never was the best at it. I got lucky a few times. Got lucky a little bit. I invested in Twitter pretty early. That helped pay for some of my stuff in college, but it was just luck. And I had no idea what the fuck about, I had no idea about nothing with regarding stocks. For real. I knew the basics, but I didn't know much. So yeah, I would watch Ross Cameron while I was cleaning dishes, while I was, like I said, doing some of the tasks around Papa John's. Excuse me. And mind you, I got money just stacked up, and I got spending money. So I would learn. He did a challenge. I think it was like $500 to $100,000, and that ended up actually turning to $500 to $2 million. But he ended up doing like a $500 to $100,000 challenge. And what I did was I would follow him every day to see what he learned, to see what he was doing, to see the trades he made, to listen to his mind state, to listen to the mind state that he had while he was making these trades. So that way I can learn the mind of a trader. He's been doing this for like 15, 20 years. At the time, I think I was like 22 years old, 21 years old, 22 years old, 21, something like that. Like, he got more years of experience trading than I got real life experience, you know what I mean? So I obviously can't get that years of experience by working for myself, but what I can do is listen to him. And that's what I did. I listened every day to his YouTube channel and developed the skills that now actually make me a pretty good trader. I got another channel, I think it's called Kimon Finance or something like that. I'm gonna leave the link in the description below. Follow that, because we be making some big wins on that channel too. But that's what I did, man. I learned how to become a trader, not just someone that made a few lucky trades or followed the trends or whatever. I learned how to look at charts. I learned, certain vernacular in the trading world. I learned various forms of trading strategies, and most importantly, I learned from his mistakes that he had previously made throughout his life on how to be an efficient trader. And to make a long story short, I started trading with the little money that I had. Now, it wasn't an end all be all, but my goal was 45,000. I can make 45,000 a year day trading, or just trade in general, swing trading, day trading, whatever. If I can make 45K, I'm Gucci. That first year I lost money. Second year, I think I lost like maybe $100 some. And then that third year, I finally made my first profit, but it was nothing. It was like $20, $30 profit. And the next year, changed my life around drastically. So only 2 or 3 people know this amount, but I'll say it just for you guys. 2020, I made about 700,000. Changed my motherfucking life. Made $700,000 in 2020. Changed my motherfucking life. Now, to be fair, a lot of that was thanks to COVID, right? You get once in a lifetime opportunities in the stock market to catch shit when it's low, or to short sell or bet against stocks via puts when things are dropping, which is what I did. And fortunately for me, like, I literally bought puts and shorted the market in March. And fortunately for me, I was like, oh shit, everything cheap right now for calls. Like, I don't have enough money to keep buying puts because puts are getting expensive. So maybe I can buy calls now. So I started doing that. Long story short, over the span of that year, I ended up making a little over 700K. And since then, I've made over 100,000 trading every year. You want to know how I was able to leave my job? That's another reason why I was able to leave my job. As well as I save, I invested even better. So these are valuable skill sets that I learned separate, from my day job. So, if you're going through some layoffs right now and you want to know how you can be Gucci regardless, let's look at what I just said. You got to work harder than everybody else. Take the opportunities that everybody else overlooking. Take advantage of them. The second thing you got to do, work hard. Work hard like a motherfucker. I don't know if I just said that. My brain be skipping sometimes. And I literally got 2 hours of sleep last night, 2 hours and 44 minutes to be exact. So if I already said that, that's my apologies. Yeah, you gotta work hard, take those advantages, take advantage of opportunities that nobody else wants to. You gotta have a really nice strategy. Oh yeah, I said save. Yeah, of course, I said save first. Yeah, so sorry about that, guys. You gotta save, right? Because opportunities are gonna come. You gotta be prepared. Like we talked about in the last video. When those opportunities come, you gotta be prepared. Secondly, you gotta have a really nice strategy. Right? Third, you gotta bust your fucking ass. Work harder than anybody else doing it. You know what I'm saying? Most importantly, you gotta work harder than you worked harder yesterday. Yeah, you might have some days like me where you kind of glitch up a little bit, but if I wanted to, I could sleep till motherfucking 2 p.m. every fucking day. If I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? You work hard so you don't have to work hard if you don't want to. And some days I might stay in bed till 8 o'clock. I don't stay in bed till 8 o'clock. But some days I might stay in bed till 7. You know what I'm saying? I don't get up at 5 o'clock every day, 4 o'clock every day. Some days I stay in till like 7 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Just give me a little couple extra hours of sleep. And, so don't hear me saying you gotta work harder than everybody. No, man, you gotta work harder than you worked yesterday, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're not where you want to be, it's because you're not working hard enough. Or strategic enough. You're not being efficient enough. You don't have a good strategy. More importantly, to end things off, part of how